what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Redline Racing Garage. So today we're going to be putting the Integra on a hoist. So we got it in the trailer. We're headed to the shop. We're going to get this thing on a hoist and check out what it looks like underneath. But more importantly, we have a couple of things to do before we can actually take this thing to the track on the weekend. Not a lot of major things actually, which I'm very grateful for. Very small things, spark plugs, oil change. I do want to remove the injectors and send them out to get cleaned, and we will be removing the fuel filter, just cleaning it up with some brake cleaner. Just some minor little things that we're going to be checking out and getting ready so we can put this thing on the track and find out if we can run a 10-second pass with it, which it's proven, but not with me in the car. So I got to get dialed in. I know the car is pretty much dialed in, but I'm not. So I'm just super excited to put this thing on the track. I don't know what it's gonna do. I'm just so nervous and I'm excited at the same time. But nonetheless, we're gonna get this thing on the hoist and find out what we gotta deal with. So stay tuned, guys. All right, so before we can actually get this car off the hoist, I do have to change the ball joints because the threads are pretty much done for. So we got some ball joints. Where's the ball joint, Graham? There's the ball joint, Graham. Okay. So we're gonna put these in, then we can actually put the wheels on the EG and then push it out and get the Integra in here. So stay tuned. I know, man. I can't get over it. All right, so we got the car jacked up and we're gonna start with a oil change. Like I said before, we have to clean the fuel filter. It's kind of dark, but it's located right here, so we're going to be removing that. Brake cleaning the filter inside. That's one thing, and I think that's about it for underneath the car. So let's get started. Let's take off the filter. Let's do an oil change and go from there.
I come here and buggy. Whoa! Whoa!
What is this?
That is ketone oil, eh? Why is it?
You know why? E98 breaks up the oil, makes it look milky.
Jesus.
In the 8th gen is the same thing. Yeah. I was impressed by this thing sticking to the thing. K-tune, magnet, look at it.
Yeah, that's right.
I was ready for that to fall in, and it just grabbed.
That's why I got what I'm at. That's why. Check if it's clean. Any filaments?
Huh?
Any metal filaments?
Nothing, nothing.
Man, that's what is important to know.
Nothing on this. clean. Clean, guys, clean. Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Except not in that washroom.
No.
No Mr. Clean over there.
Mr. Clean died in there.
Yeah. That's Mr. Clean's hell right there. Alright, getting the oil change done. Just looking underneath. Looks fairly clean. Very clean. It has been sitting for quite a while. I don't know if you guys can see there's like cobwebs here. Like the previous owner, he did tell me that this thing has been sitting one winter. He had some car covers on it, so it's clean from the top, but a little bit dirty from the bottom. But it's not bad at all, guys. Not bad at all. Can't complain whatsoever. These holes here, they had to be made and then obviously welded back because of the cage. So you have 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But this thing is friggin' clean, guys. So just gonna get the oil change done. Then I can go also start pumping out the pump gas out of this thing. And then should be good to go on removing injectors, putting in spark plugs, and also getting that filter changed. So this is the oil that the previous owner was using, Rotella. This is actually a diesel oil, and apparently it withstands a lot more heat, which is perfect for a setup like this when you have a, race car. So that's what we're gonna be using. We're gonna be using the exact same thing. Just about 5 liters. We're gonna leave just a tiny bit for when we start it up, and then we'll check it again. Right now I don't want to start it up because I'm gonna create fuel pressure, which I don't want. Right now we're gonna be removing these injectors, and tomorrow I'm gonna be taking them to get cleaned. That way the next day we can come back, install these injectors. I actually might get to installing the spark plugs today, just so that tomorrow all we have to do is just fuel stuff, install the injectors back, and then pump out the pump gas and clean that filter, and then this thing should be ready to go, guys, for the weekend at the track. Can't wait. Alright, so the injectors are out. Now I'm gonna get these coils out and the spark plugs, and we're gonna pop in the plugs that we have to run that E98. Alright, let's get these spark plugs out of there. Not bad. But they are screwed. Because you used to run on E, then there was pump gas in them, so best thing to do, put fresh plugs, put fresh E, clean the filters, get the oil change. Beautiful. every spark plug is dry, which is a really, really good sign. He did tell me that this was actually pulled out of a RSX, and he knew the guy that donated the motor to him, and he drove the car with this motor before he actually took it out, and he knew the mileage and basically the history of the whole motor. Motor's healthy, guaranteed. That's guaranteed. So the plugs that I have here are from the EK. When we tried to tune the nitrous, when we were tuning on E98, we did, I don't know, maybe about 5, 6, maximum 7 passes on these, and that's it. So I pulled them out. Hey, they're brand new. Let's reuse them. We're running the same exact fuel on this motor, so hey, it's a waste of good spark plugs, so might as well use them. Alright, so as of right now, I'm going to leave it the way it is. Going to get these injectors sent out, get them cleaned. Tomorrow, going to bring them back, install the injectors. Like I said, pump gas needs to come out, clean the filter, and then we're good to go. We're ready to go to hit the track. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, so today's the next day. I got the injectors all cleaned, so I'm going to be installing these back. Like I said, we got to get the fuel out, which I'm going to be doing right now. And also, one very, very important thing that I forgot. Without this thing, I don't even think we would be hitting the track. So, the hood latch here was removed, so there's nothing over here. And we're going to have to make our own. So, I did purchase these at JDM Addiction. And we're going to be slapping these guys in. So we have to do a lot of modification. We got to figure out exactly where. We got to cut holes into it. We got to line it up here. Now, because this is a shaved bay, so all the holes were basically all filled in. So I really don't want to start drilling into this beautiful looking bay. I might just have to. I'm not exactly sure. We're gonna have to figure it out. I might be able to maybe put it over here and over here, and then this way I don't have to cut into anything. I can reuse the original hole and still have use for the brackets as well. So I don't exactly know, but we're just gonna have to find out. Let's get into it. All right, got the injectors in. We're good to go. Let's move on. All right, so to get this gas out, I have my wire wheel here. I connected the positive to the negative, and we also removed the top plate for the sending unit. So we're going to be powering that sending unit up, and underneath the car I also did go and remove the feed from the filter, so it's basically just hanging down. So I'm going to put some kind of pail there. I'm going to jump in the car and just let all of that prime out, and then the gas tank should be empty, and then we are good to go on filling this thing up with E98, guys. Oh wait, we gotta clean the filter too, right? So before we actually put the E98 in there, I'm gonna remove that filter under the car, brake clean it, put it back, then we can put some E98. All right, so usually when you're removing gas, you're supposed to do it with two people. One holding the wires and the second one holding the tank. But what I did was, like I said, I disconnected the main line straight from the tank that meets the filter, disconnected it right at the filter. I have my cherry can here, so I will be holding the wires to the battery, prime the fuel pump, and then it's gonna go straight into the cherry can. So let's get started. All right, here we go. Let me just grab this here. Let's see. Oh yeah. Come on. The problem is I can't see if it's actually leaking into the friggin' cherry can. I hope it is. Doesn't even sound like there's a lot of gas in there actually. Ooh, careful. Careful, buddy. Just gonna have to keep going and then go back out and check it. Like I said, guys, you gotta improvise. Alright, so we're basically ready to start this thing up. I did clean the filter, put it back. It was really dirty. Put some brake clean through it, and now it's clean. Installed it. Just put the E98 in there. Let's start this thing up. Alright, so checked for leaks by the injectors, by the fuel filter. No leaks, everything is good. The car starts up, which is really good. So right now I do have to go and install these quick release latches like I was telling you guys about earlier in the video. So I removed this rad support bracket here, so I will be putting it in here. I think we should be okay to probably drill somewhere over here. That's where the location is gonna be. I think we should be all right, but I do have to drill this out just a little bit more because the hole is too small. So I'm just gonna drill this out, drill that out as well. Same thing on this side, and then we'll go from there. And then we can go ahead, mark it over here, drill a hole, and then hole saw from the top of the hood, and then line everything up, and then get these guys in there. Alright, so we got these installed over here, one over here, one over here. It looks super clean. I'm super happy on that. Exactly this location, which we didn't have to go and drill anything. All I did was, as you guys seen in the time lapse, I drilled out that hole just a little bit bigger and then put that on. So right now I do have some, I don't know, red paint. So I'm just gonna go put some red paint on this, on that. This way we can get our marks on the hood and then know exactly where to drill through. Alright, so we got our beautiful mark right there, right there. That's where I'm gonna drill into from the bottom. Then I can go from the top and put a hole saw through it and get a perfect hole. I also did go and, I don't have a tarp, but I found a box and some bubble wrap. So just to protect it, I will be blowing out all of the shavings, but this bay is just way too clean. So we gotta do what we gotta do, boys. But right now, gonna go drill these right there. and then hole saw from the top, and then we can mount everything up. Alright boys, we got it done. Was a little bit difficult. I was using a Dremel just to cut underneath the hood, but actually had to use a full-on grinder. Doesn't look pretty under there, but it is functional, and that's what's most important. And who cares what's under the hood, right? Except for what's actually under the hood. Alright, so that'll pretty much do it. We should be good to go. I'm gonna start loading this thing up into the trailer tomorrow morning. We are headed to Toronto Motorsport Park with Rui and the boys, and we're gonna finally put this thing on the line and find out what she does. Super excited. So that'll pretty much do it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. I suggest you guys stay tuned for the next video to find out how this thing does on the track. Peace out, guys.